So in my last video, we talked about the Fujifilm X-A7 and why I think I was wrong about it in my initial review. It was sort of two videos that had completely separate opinions about the same camera, and I sort of came to the realization that entry-level cameras really aren't for me anymore as much as I think they're still great cameras. It sort of got me thinking about what would I recommend as an entry-level camera for somebody that doesn't want an entry-level camera, somebody that wants something that's going to be more capable, able to do more things, and not be super expensive, because an entry-level camera should be somewhat affordable. And it made me realize that I actually own that camera and I use it all the time. It's the Fujifilm X-T20. Now, it's not the latest camera from Fujifilm by any means. I own an X-T30, which was the replacement for this camera, which upgrades it in numerous ways, but the X-T20 is still just an absolutely fantastic camera. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of just do a whole photography and video day with the Fujifilm X-T20. I'm going to take you guys along for the ride, starting out this morning with shooting some eagles. It is eagle season here in Vancouver. There are hundreds of them where I'm at right now. I've got the 100 to 400. We're gonna throw it on and go and capture some eagles. After that, I'm going to just put the regular kit lens on here, the 18 to 55, 2.8 to 4 on here, do some vlogging, go for brunch, take some photos, and then we'll come back probably into the car here at the end of the day and talk about this camera and why I think it is still the perfect entry-level camera. And I realize it's not really an entry-level camera, but it's come down so far in price that it's hard to ignore. I think there's a train coming because I just heard this switch go here. That was really cool. Anyways, we might get a train going by in a sec here. So I don't know if you can see behind me, there's like some lights across the train tracks there. There's just a couple of eagles sitting on top there, and just all around here there's just hundreds and hundreds of eagles. There's red-winged blackbirds, there's gulls, there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna walk up the road here and see what else I can find. And I am filming this on the GoPro Hero 7, which I should use more often because I really like this camera. But yeah, it's cold, so I had to switch hats. But I'm gonna switch over to the X-T20 when I'm done here for video, unless I'm talking about it and want to show you something. But I'll show you my little vlogging setup I use on the X-T20 when I get back to the car. But until then, let's go shoot some more eagles. I hope you guys enjoyed those eagle photos. We're very lucky to live where we live in this part of Canada and have access to this ridiculous amount of wildlife all the time. Now, I understand the 100 to 400 is probably not a lens that somebody looking to buy an entry-level camera would be into purchasing. So the next best thing, the second longest lens in the Fujifilm lineup, is the Plastic Fantastic XC50 to 230. My love for this lens knows no bounds. I think it is just the best value for money in the entire Fujifilm X lens lineup. Yeah, I've done a couple videos on this lens over the years, and I did take a couple of the shots here with this lens, so I'll mark them at the bottom of the photo which ones were with this lens, and if they don't say anything on the photo, then they were with the 100 to 400, so you guys can see the difference between the two. The real difference, in my opinion, is the OIS on the 100 to 400 is quite a bit better. This is still very good, but it's obviously better on that lens, and the reach and the aperture of that lens are longer and wider. Anyways, but this is an excellent budget option to put on something like the X-T20. Okay, so I've switched over to the XF18-55. I've got this little tiny microphone on the side instead of a big shotgun mic because I find that the sound quality of this is an improvement enough over the internal microphones, and it's got a little bit of wind protection that it sort of negates the need for me to have a big shotgun mic on this thing. And I'm going to be taking some photos and video with this thing. We're going to switch over from the GoPro to exclusively this starting now. So this is the X-T20 with this teeny tiny mic on the side, and we're just going to be using this from now on. I'm going to head into Steveston, which is a little fishing village in Richmond, right on the ocean. Gonna stop at Finn Slough on my way, take some pictures, and then head to the Hog Shack for brunch, and then walk around Steveston Village and take a few pictures, and then possibly some video as well. Finn Slough is just, it's pretty wild. I think it started out as a fishing village, but as you can see from the number of fishing boats that are run aground and on their sides, I don't know if it's still active as a fishing village or what, but it is just, it's just a wild place that this exists in such a modern city like Vancouver. So great place to come take pictures, but I have to carry on because I've got a date with brunch. All right, so quick change of plans. Johnny and Alan from the Hog Shack wanted to eat too. I was gonna have brunch at the Hog Shack, but they want to try this new Indian restaurant in Steveston, so we are going here. And I don't know if it's any good, but I'm always down for some chicken korma, so. All right, so I'm back home. I didn't take a ton of shots in Steveston because it was really, really cold down by the water, so, you know, whatever. I think just to sum up, the X-T20 is still an excellent camera, all-around camera, photo, video, low light, picture quality, processing power, autofocus, all the things that you want in an interchangeable lens camera. The lens lineup's great, obviously for all X-series cameras, but this X-T20, I still find that I pick it up more than any other camera that I own, and I own an X-T30, which is supposedly better than this camera, and it is specs-wise, but for some reason I always come back to this X-T20, and the X-T30 stays on a tripod in my studio as my studio camera, so there's got to be a reason for that, and it's just that it's still a great camera. No matter what brand you shoot, whether it's Fujifilm or Sony or Canon or Nikon or Panasonic or whoever, look at the previous generation's cameras if you're looking to get into that system, because they're still very, very current in terms of technology, and they'll be a lot cheaper than buying something brand new or the latest, greatest camera that's just come out. I hope that helps you guys make up your mind when it comes to choosing an entry-level camera. I get that question so much in the comments about I'm buying my first camera and I want to buy this, this, or this. Generally, just get the best thing you can for the least amount of money, and sometimes that means going back a generation. So thanks for watching, guys. Verdict on that Indian restaurant, it was pretty good. We asked for spicy, it wasn't spicy. You know, they think I can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I wish it was spicier. And I will see you guys in the next video.